Hello Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading. Today we are looking at what great joy is coming in for you. And we've got 4 pile options today. So we've got pile 1, which is Scavenger Hunt, number 32. We've got pile 2, which is Clear Quartz, number 5. We've got pile 3, Sun Salutation, which is number 38. And we have got pile 4, which is Paper Boats, number 27. So you can take a few minutes to take some nice deep breaths, feel which pile is calling out to you. It may be more than one. And all the timestamps are in the description as always, so you can click on that and go straight to your reading. And I will see you there, Foxglove friends. Hello, pile 1. So welcome to today's reading. We are looking at what great joy is coming in for you, and you have chosen Scavenger Hunt. It says what you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. Now, interestingly, just before I started this reading, I also suddenly lost something. I haven't moved at all and had to do a little scavenger hunt for what I'd lost. And it made me recognise how stressful it is when you can't find the solution to a problem, or something's bothering you, or something's worrying you. And then all of a sudden, when everything seems okay and you've found the solution, you've seen the path forward and you've resolved the problem, the relief and the joy and the clarity and the calmness that can come from that is really a blessed thing. So you may have something coming up of that sort of nature. But what this also states is that sometimes when you're too focused on living a role rather than your soul, identifying with a particular label or thinking that a certain relationship is right for you, or a certain job is right for you, or where you live and things like that, when you get too focused on what you think that should be and you get caught up in that idealism, sometimes we miss seeing what is actually right for us. And sometimes we just need to relax and release and just take notice of what messages are coming to you, either in songs or things that you hear on the TV that resonate with you, or maybe if friends and family are saying certain things and you're brushing them off and go, no, that can't be right. Just allow yourself to be open to that information, because you may need to change your perspective or change your viewpoint, or be more open to somebody else's opinion or needs or wants and things like that. So let's put that over here and we'll get into a bit more detail about what this is. So I want to have a quick little look at what has actually been going on for you, pile 1. What's been going on for pile 1, please? Just briefly, and then that will help us to understand why the joy is coming in. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups, which tends to be somebody, can be a healer, whether it's a medical healer, a therapeutic healer, a holistic healer, or just somebody who's been very caring or is very caring and empathic, maybe quite spiritual. Maybe you've been trying to find your spiritual path, or trying to connect with your higher self or source or spirit. What has been going on for pile 1? Oops. Sacred space. So, mundane to eyes not of my own, these sacred responsibilities are mine to embrace. Perhaps you've had some sort of a uncertainty about your home, who's living in your home, who to live with, where to live, and trying to force yourself to make decisions around things. With the Queen of Cups, maybe there's been some sort of healing element going on for you, for some of you. But I had to pause that briefly because Luna barked. So you might have been having some sort of consideration about your home or your environment that you're spending a lot of time in, where it's maybe, where is your sacred space? Where can you feel well? Where can you feel happy? Who can you feel happy with? Maybe something of that nature, or perhaps you've needed to declutter or clear out somebody's energy, or kind of release the past somehow with regards to the environment that you're in. It might even be something around work, but I feel like this is more in keeping with a home environment and where you want to be home-wise. So let's have a look at what joy is coming in for you. What great joy is coming in for you, and how, Spirit. So partly I think it's this understanding of what you actually, it will come to you of what you need to do next and which direction you need to go in next. So, summer solstice, like the sun, spread your ray of light and ignite the light of others. Okay, and this is very nice because there is almost like it's showing a really happy unit together and being able to enjoy time. There's even a little dog there, being able to enjoy time, appreciating what you do have and the beautiful things in life, and how you actually impact positively on others, which makes me think that part of this might actually be that in order to really embrace the Queen of Cups energy, which is very healing and compassionate and kind and caring, you need to clear your own energy more first. You need to keep trying to brush off and cleanse off any negativity, any issues, any difficulties, so that you can keep your frequency high, because then that will allow you to enjoy the time that you've got with other people. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 1, please? What great joy is coming in for pile 1? Oh, dog friend. So it may be to do with an actual dog, because they really do bring great joy, and maybe it's been all to do with where you're going to live, because of your dogs for some people, because they've all got particular needs. I certainly moved house to get a bigger house, because when I had my dog, there just wasn't enough space for both of us, because she's got a really big personality as she carries my flip-flop around in her mouth at the minute. It says, "Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend." So this, in both situations, the great joy that's coming in is all to do with your connection with other people, how you're connecting, that peace, that support, the closeness, the comfort. Let me see what else is happening. Let's do how is pile 1's great joy coming in, please? Four of Cups. Maybe when you're not actually looking. Maybe when you're thinking, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm fed up with where I'm at. I'm kind of... Maybe when you're busy looking at what you haven't got, it will suddenly become apparent, just like with the scavenger hunt, where it goes, just by changing your perception, you can see things from a different angle. You may kind of see this lady's looking over here, ignoring all that she has got, when there's this gift of love coming in from the other side that she's not actually seen. And maybe part of it is a gift of love, but I feel it's a gift of love in the form of who your tribe are, who your family is, whether they're blood related or, friendship families. That's very much what's going to come in when you're not looking for it, and it's going to appear, and you'll just change your perspective, and you'll go, wow, actually, I've got all these beautiful connections in my life that really, really matter. And I am blessed, and I am happy, and I am thankful for that. Let's get a bit more information. How is this going to come in for pile 1, please? How is this great joy going to come in? 10 of Swords, that's interesting. When you feel maybe that you've been hard done to in some way, maybe you feel like you've had a really tough time, or other people have been unkind to you or stabbed you in the back, or you kind of looking, going, what on earth has been going on? This has been a really difficult time, and I feel like I've not maybe been appreciated or treated in the right way, or experienced the things that I want to experience in life. Maybe that's the point when you're actually going to get the right people around you, supporting you and showing you love and care. Part of the joy that within you is to help other people. This Queen of Cups card, the Summer Solstice card, it's all very much about being quite a creative or heart-led sort of person who is willing to listen, to be caring and compassionate. And this is what is coming in through you. Maybe you're going to get some positive news around friends or around your actual pet. If it's not a dog, it might be other things, but to know that you've had that support, or that things are going to get better around that, and it's going to give you great joy. Spirit, let me ask, can you give me more information about what great joy is coming in for pile 1, please? Align with your purpose. You're going to feel and find clarity. See how clear that path is. There's going to be a real clear understanding about which direction you need to go in, and which direction, which path you want to choose, whether it's actually where you're going to live, or who you're going to live with, or actually just what you're going to do in life. And there's nothing that's more rewarding than feeling like you're aligned with where you're meant to be, who you're meant to be with, the life that you're meant to be living. When everything clicks into place and everything aligns, and you can relax in life and go, I'm happy, I've got the people around me that I like, I know which direction I'm going in, I know what my purpose is and how I should be living. That is one of the biggest joys you can have. And we often live with lots of worry, or, resentments or upsets and things like that. When everything suddenly aligns with how you feel that you should be living in life and what you should be doing, it eases, it brings us peace, it brings us centeredness. And it's important to make sure that you take the time, when it all clicks into place and you start to understand where you should be, and who you should be with, and what you should be doing, to enjoy those moments, of happiness and connectedness. This one keeps making me laugh, because it's so, that notion of when you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing in life, don't know if I'm doing the right thing, I don't know where I want to be, I don't know what I should be doing. Just as you're in that process and feeling like you've been maybe hurt, or things haven't gone the way you wanted them to, or what's going on in life, all of a sudden, it's just like the scavenger hunt. There'll be a different twist of perception somehow, either from something somebody says, or just from, I don't know, looking at things in a different way. Sometimes you can go to sleep and wake up with the answer and just go, oh my goodness, I know where I should be and what I should be doing. Maybe if you've been taking the time to clear different things away from you, you know, clearing your energy, clearing your home. Maybe you've been going through the therapeutic practices to release what no longer serves you, which has then allowed you to step into a better time of connection and alignment with your true soul self. Spirit, let me just see. What other great joy? How is this great joy coming in for Power 1, please? There's like a new love of life that's going to come in. I've got these upside down. I will claim what is mine, what I see beyond the hidden. Gifted spirit, by tongue my words spill with purpose. You've got purpose twice there, and interestingly you keep getting that basically hidden is twice here. You keep getting that what has been hidden will now be revealed. What you didn't understand, or some sort of truth, will now come to light that will help you to know what you're meant to do purpose-wise, where you're meant to go, what you're meant to do, how the people in your life align. That is a great joy. It will be a relief, I feel, for you, Foxglove friend. Let's have some advice. Spirit, can we have some advice for Power 1, please? Take a leap. Haha, this card is an invitation to take a leap of faith. Sometimes, even when we desperately desire change, we procrastinate and find all kinds of reasons as to why we should stay where we are. It is completely understandable to be anxious when stepping into the unknown. This card is calling you to trust and make that move. So it may be an actual move of home. It may be just taking a leap towards something that aligns with your purpose, that aligns with who you are and what you want in life. I will claim what is mine. I will claim what is mine. It's about living as if you are the main character on your stage, because you are. When you get to the golden gates of heaven, or whatever you believe in, when you get there and they go, what was great about your life? What did you enjoy the most? If you've ended up living for the sake of everybody else the whole time, it's almost like you miss it. And it's, you know, it's great to be kind and compassionate and generous and caring of others, but sometimes you have to go, what do I want? What does my soul need? You don't want to keep giving up what your soul needs for the benefit of others to the detriment of yourself. It's important that you decide what you want in life and follow that path, because it's for you to enjoy this beautiful gift of life and friendship and connection and nature and all the lovely things that we are blessed with. Have your voice. Yes, so there's a degree of empowerment starting to come through here. Is there something that you need to say? An inability to speak out can leave us with feelings of hurt and resentment, which then create a kind of internal energy roadblock. Voice your feelings to yourself or write them down. It is time to release the past. So those are the two advice cards. It's time to kind of decide who you are, what you want, to be honest and truthful about the things that are bothering you. And maybe if you've been stepping on eggshells, don't keep stepping on eggshells anymore. Just put your truth out there so that you can then step into alignment with what is right for you. I'm going to get you one final card. Spirit, can we have one final card for pile 1, please? Swan and Grace. Grace is one of the most lovely concepts and the nicest place to be in. So when you're in full alignment with who you are, at peace, grounded, and also connected, head in heaven, feet on earth, so kind of connected with Source and fully in the moment and the joy of life, that is the best possible experience to have. And weirdly, it's quite fleeting, even though a lot of religious texts of all different religions talk about living in this concept of grace, living in the moment, living in the now, living without attachment to how we think things should be, so that we can just enjoy that very essence of being in the moment, so that you can really take it all in and appreciate it. This is what is coming in for you now, Foxglove friend. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Yeah, living in that perfect, lovely energy of grace. Foxglove friends, thank you very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and if you did like this, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Take care. Goodbye. Hello pal 2, welcome to today's reading, where we are looking at what great joy is coming in for you, and you have chosen the clear quartz card number 5. It says, the embrace of the shadows is gently lifting. Light is needed now to nourish you. So part of this card is about the fact that clear quartz is an extremely strong crystal, and not only from a spiritual perspective, but also from a technology perspective as well. So there may be some balance in life coming in to do with technology and spirituality, and how you balance the practicalities of the 3D with that spiritual element that we have within us and that you may be bringing into the world. It's also showing that it is time to step out of any shadows and into the light, to be seen, to be positive, to ensure that you actively seek joy in your life, to actively do everything that you can to embrace and bring more joy in and to experience joy. So if you've been going through either healing, or you've been going through difficult times, or you've been feeling down or depressed, or you've kind of done the work to clear some of that away, or even if you've just been having a bit more of a normal time, it's important now to supercharge the positivity within your life, to use positive affirmations to make sure that the thoughts in your mind are staying positive. Cleanse your energy regularly so that you can be at your highest possible vibration, and to actually get out there and truly enjoy life, and to keep making sure that you haven't got stuck in kind of either a negative mind space that becomes continuous, or that you haven't gone through lots of healing and got stuck in the notion of continual healing, because there are points when there is enough healing and it's time for you to step into life and have fun, to enjoy life, to be positive, to look for the good in life rather than the shadow elements. And that doesn't mean that the shadow elements within you or within life don't exist. It's just that this is a time to start recognizing the positive and the good, so that you can feel that joy in your life more. And maybe it's kind of part of changing habits so that you can live in that happy, positive space. I'm going to put this over here and I'm going to have a look in more detail what is going on for you, Foxglove friends. So let's have a quick look at what has been going on briefly for pile 2, please. The Magician. So this is all to do with the life that you're creating. What are you manifesting? What are you bringing into life? What have you been creating in life? There may have been some active thought processes or concepts, or how you've been changing things on the inside so that your outer life is reflective. Dream realm. Not everything is what it seems. Bring yourself back from all time and all places as a new perspective can be seen. That's interesting, because in shamanic practices there's soul retrieval and power retrieval, and it's kind of suggesting that maybe you've needed to bring some parts of yourself back or do some inner child work to kind of bring yourself back to the now, to bring those parts of your soul back that you've left in traumatic places, bringing those back now so that you can actually create something in the now. So the magician is very much about, it's very magical, and but it's the active part of. So you've got the high priestess and the magician. The high priestess is about the stillness, going within, that therapy and deeper soul work, whereas the magician is about taking action to make life come together. And you've kind of got both elements there, where you've got that dream realm, what is going on at a psychic level, at a dream level, at a deeper subconscious and unconscious level, and then what are you actually bringing to life in the 3D world? What are you creating around you in the physical life? So that's interesting that we've got that coming up. So let's see, what great joy is coming in for pile 2, please, Spirit? What great joy is coming in for pile 2? Interesting. This can be to do with romance. The soft petal that felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorns. This can be to do with romance. It can be to do with releasing issues to do with ex-partners, ex-husbands, wives, any previous romantic relationships. It can be to do with that, so that and maybe even for some of you, if you've had contact from an ex, or just that that they're about somewhere, it may have come up in the just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but just for some of you it might have come up recently, so that you can actually release some of that, so that you can start to open your heart space. Rose is very much about heart space. It helps to open your heart chakra. If you have rose shower gel, or you have rose oil in the house and scent it, put it in some sort of scent diffuser thing or an oil burner. It helps to open up your heart chakra and to heal the wounds from the past. So this shows that those wounds are healing, mate. And this is a bride and a groom by the looks of it here. So let me just get you something else. What else? What great joy is coming up for pile 2, please, Spirit? What great joy is coming up for pile 2? Peacock vibrancy. You are going to start to strut your stuff and shine your light and be seen and feel all sassy, Foxglove friend. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognise your brilliance. Yeah, and feel free to just enjoy who you are and to kind of allow yourself to be seen. The peacock shows all its colours in all its glory, and it's not embarrassed about it. It's not going, oh, I'm so shy of all my beautiful feathers. I'm going to show them and I'm going to be fierce. And that is what is coming up for you. There's sort of like a feeling of you've gone through quite a bit of deeper psychological work somehow, and maybe you've not done that with support. Perhaps it's just sort of happened where there's been a change that's healed some of your heartache and allowing you to step back out into life again, and to shine more of who you are. What else do I want? Let's get one of these. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 2, please? There's like an openness, like the feathers open. It's like your heart is starting to open. You are starting to open your energy up. You are starting to allow yourself to be seen. you may be spending more time making yourself look nice, you know, which is kind of, or wearing more colours, or enjoying who you are physically, you know, in the sense of putting a nice outfit on, or doing your hair in a certain way, and just feeling like that sass, you know, that sass of when you're feeling good about yourself. And it's sort of like the life force, you know, that life force of spring, when all the birds are kind of like, oh, look at me. I'm loving life, and I'm happy to meet people and engage with people. And okay, so there's still an element of this. This is interesting. What great joy is coming in for you? Be aware of projection. Interestingly, because we've got this bit from the start, which is about making sure that you have the right mindset, that you're being positive, that you're just checking in with yourself to go, am I being negative? Am I moaning too much? Am I not appreciating what I do have? Am I being kind? Am I being generous of spirit? This part of this is maybe actually recognizing, for one, how you can project your fears onto other people when they're not actually there, how you can project your anger onto other people, how you can, when that changes and you recognize that you are fully responsible for everything that you feel, and you know your heart starts to heal, it's quite freeing. So you might start to recognize how how your behaviors affect other people around you and create certain responses. And that also means that you can see how being positive and nice and friendly and open and generous of spirit, like I said, helps to bring positive behavior back towards you. And I think that's probably something that's going on here as well. It's like there's been a big shift in you. Let's have a look at how is this going to happen. Oops. How is this great joy coming in for you? What's going on here? We've got to try stock. We've got the Ace of Swords, so you're going to have sort of some clarity. It's like you suddenly get it. Your brain has been working overtime, and then this light shines into it, and you go, oh my goodness, I get it. I understand things. I understand who I want to be and how I want life to be. And also, maybe when this is to do with giving and taking. So it might be the fact that when you are giving of yourself willingly and openly, that this lovely aspect starts to come back in, where you start to feel better about yourself. Your heart starts to heal. You start to recognise that the good stuff that you put out there in the world comes back towards you. The more positive, and I don't know what other words to use, but the more you do good things in life, and the kinder you are, and the more compassionate you can view things, that energy comes back to you, just like the magician element. What is on the inside and what you're projecting from the inside just comes back towards you. And there's been this shift here, and this clear quartz shows that is magnified. So these positive elements, the energy is really supporting you at the minute to create a very different life where you are blossoming. It's like going from darkness to colour, which is really, really nice. Spirit, can I have a bit more information about which cards do I want? I don't know. What great joy is coming in for pile 2, please? Yeah, we've got the same thing again. This 6 of Wands, look at that. That person is in the spotlight. They feel seen, they feel recognised. There's maybe some sort of recognition for you, where people are going to appreciate you more. Maybe you'll get a promotion, maybe you get all sorts of followers with what you're doing, or customers, or this is somebody who's being celebrated. Maybe it's your birthday coming up, but the peacock and the Six of Wands are quite similar, where they're being seen and being heard and being recognised as being good. It can be like a sort of celebrity moment. So maybe you've got you get a sudden amount of views in a big way on something you're doing online, because there's this technical element here and technology as well. Or maybe you put something out there, some sort of thing that you've made online, and you're putting it out there and there's loads of sales for it, or things like that, or just that people are appreciating you at work or in the home or with your friendships and things like that. That's really, really, really nice. I feel like I want another one. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for you? I mean, that's one of the nicest ones, to be seen and appreciated and to be recognised. It always brings great joy. 5 of Cups, how interesting. So this one is about letting things go, stepping away from emotionally difficult stuff. Sometimes it can be to do with a breakup, relationship breakup. Interesting, this one I said was to do with getting over romantic relationships from the past, so that your heart is healing. And this is the opportunity for your heart to heal, when you'd given up emotionally and you'd kind of step away from something because you've invested all your time and energy in it. I think you're just starting to recognise what it's worth investing your time and energy in, and what it's worth letting go of. And that's probably around people as well. Let me get some advice for you, Foxglove friend. You maybe literally have found that you've stepped away, or are stepping away from certain people that are allowing, so that now you can shine your light more, and this is all to do with how you've recreated and manifested a different life for yourself at quite a deep subconscious level, Foxglove friend, whatever you've been doing. Can I have some advice, please? Cycles of the moon. This card invites you to attune yourself with the rhythms of the moon. Notice how the phases of the moon affect your energy, and learn to use these energetic shifts within you to enhance your capacity to be consciously co-creative in all aspects of your life. Now, this can apply to a lot of things. You can do gardening by the moon at different cycles of the moon. It can relate to your menstrual cycle. It can relate to menopause. It can relate to things where you go through different feelings at different times of the moon cycle. It can also relate to the fact that you release things on a full moon that no longer serve you, and then on a new moon you can do kind of little rituals to bring in a new beginning in life. So you might want to take notice of that, and maybe check out what's going on at the minute. I can't remember if we're at a full moon stage now or not. I can't remember. I've not looked, folks. I do normally, but I've been that much of a busy bee. I haven't actually had a look outside my window at night time. Spirit, let's see. It's okay not to be okay. So there certainly is there's several things within this reading that are stating about the positive, negative mindset. And it's saying that when you do feel low, it's okay. You don't have to keep being super positive all the time. So if you are having a bit of heartache about relationships that have passed away, that things that if there are things from the past that have bothered you relationship wise, whether it's with family or ex-partners or that sort of thing, it's okay to to feel rubbish about it. It doesn't mean it has to stay with you constantly. Recognise, the more you dodge it, the more it chases you, to be honest. So, kind of recognise if you feel sad. Embrace your sadness. Watch Inside Out. Disney's Inside Out. It explains it all. It's really, really good. So, if you're feeling sadness, say to your sadness, recognise your sadness. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate you and love you. And I will feel free to feel you, sadness, knowing that it will pass. It says, when we feel low or have challenging emotions, we often then feel bad about feeling bad. We do. We can feel guilty that we're not like, yay, I'm bright as a button and I feel great. You can feel a bit guilty sometimes. This effectively doubles the emotional load. This card asks you to understand your difficult feelings as guidance, highlighting that something needs to change, that you're entitled to seek support in this. Yes, do get support from friends and family, or, counselling, therapies, or spiritual support if you're not feeling okay. I think part of this is to make sure you don't get stuck in that. That's what this is asking. That you don't get stuck in any of those downward cycles. Let me just get you one last card. Can I have one last card for pile 2, please, Spirit? Coyote, revealer of the truth. Don't take things too seriously, which ties in again with it's okay not to be okay, and the clear quartz element of lifting your vibrational element. Sometimes we can really get caught up in, oh, they did this and he did that and she did that and I'm really upset about it and blah blah blah. And it can be easy to cling on to that, to attach to something, because your psyche or the ego element of you is wanting to protect you from that happening again. And also it can feel empowering sometimes to cling on to that and have a right good moan about it, and that's fine, but then let it pass. Not everything is as bad as it seems, so don't sweat the small stuff, Foxglove friend. Make time to play. Oh yes, think that is the important bit for you here. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And this card reading is very much about that. There's a real balance between, choose your battles, Foxglove friend. Choose to worry about what's worth worrying about, and apply positive energy to everything that you can so that you live a nice, balanced, happy life. But the great joy that's coming in is this bit where you are starting to shine and to become alive and to feel like you matter in the world and that you're being seen. That's really, really lovely. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Take care. Goodbye. Hello, Pal 3. Thank you for joining us today, where we are looking at what great joy is coming in for you. Now, interestingly, you have chosen the Sun Salutation card, which says, praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. Now, interestingly, this card is about the fact that without your body, you can't experience great joy. So it's saying it is time for you to do lovely things for your physical self, whether that's have a massage, a spa day, making sure that your health is intact, making sure that you are doing things that feed your body effectively so that you are as well and as physically healthy as you can be, because that actually impacts on everything else in life. So if you're not feeling very well, it's hard to engage in good relationships. If you're feeling too tired, it can be harder to do your job. If you don't feel physically good, how can you enjoy your home, your relationships, your job? having stuff, a new car, going out into the countryside, going out into the city. You can't enjoy all of those things. You can't find joy without making sure that your body is fit and well. So even if you feel pretty good, this card is asking you to make time to have special effort on maybe starting that new diet that you've been wanting to try, or to, like I say, go for a massage, go to a spa, go for a run, take up a new exercise class, do some yoga, sit and meditate in the oh, I've lost my words. I need to sit and meditate in the forest or a field of flowers, so that you feel good and that your mental health is good and all those sorts of elements. Maybe have a bit of a detox of things that you don't think are too good for you. That's what this is about, and that is how great joy is going to come into your life even more. But we're going to go into more detail about all of this. And they're doing nice things for yourself physically can give great joy. So, like, I went for a massage the other day, and goodness me, there were some knots in my shoulders. And it was so lovely to have that all detoxed out of me, and even that physical touch gives a lot of positive chemicals out into our body that make us feel happier and more joyful. Right, let's have a look at the details. So what has been going on briefly for pile 3, please, Spirit? What's been going on briefly for pile 3? So we can have a bit of an insight. So maybe you've been hurt in certain ways. This isn't usually physically, but maybe it is in this occasion. But this can be where you feel like people have said mean things about you, or somebody stabbed you in the back, or people haven't been as nice to you as you would expect them to be. Let's just see what card comes out with it. So what has been going on for pile 3, please, Spirit? You've maybe just had a bit of a tough time. Arts and crafts, nothing exists without the essence of spirit. May it be whispers or chants, your energy is what brings life to all that you create. Maybe people haven't been as nice to you about things that you've been doing creatively, or perhaps you've been doing things creatively to help you get over some hurts and different things like that. So let's have a look. So that's only a brief little insight to show that there's been some difficulties, but also there's some creative elements going on, which are, so what we've got is that you are a light worker, pile 3. The transmutation of shadow is needed when seeking the light that guides you. So there has been, this is what is coming in as part of the great joy that's coming into your life. And all that yellow, all that is a lot of where you feel the joy, to be honest, at the solar plexus part of your body, just above your tummy button, really. Because that's partly where the seat of your soul is. So when we let all this light into our lives, into our being, when we invite the light in, and sometimes I literally in the morning will openly pull my arms into myself to bring light into my body, and into my heart space or into my solar plexus. And it's showing that the shadows that have come about from the Ten of Swords, so difficult emotions or difficult experiences, they're part of the great joy that's coming in, is that they're now being transmuted to allow more light into your life, which will make life more positive, less difficult. Let me get some more cards. What great joy is coming in for pile 3, please, Spirit? And I love the fact this is the sun salutation. The sun is shining through the trees onto this person. Even this card, you know, the sun wasn't showing too much, but it was starting to come up. And this is in the winter. It's like now you're coming into a point where summer needs to come into your life, where light needs to start shining in, where life feels easier and more flowing. And that is part of the great joy that's coming in now. There's been some form of transformation going on that has allowed more blessings and good stuff to come into your life, good feelings. You have more wisdom, moose. This is relevant to my family mooses. Let your head and mind reach for the stars, or to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So even though you've possibly been through difficult times, it's brought great wisdom. These are really, really nice, very nicely balanced for what joy is coming in. You know, this ease. Sometimes we have to go through all the junk to be able to get to a point where we can relax, because the junk doesn't affect us so much. So when we've transmuted the effects of difficult times, traumatic events, complex traumatic events, different issues around our families, friends, relationships, things that have happened in the past or have been done to us, when we start to clear and transmute that and start to understand those things, it allows life to be more peaceful, to be easier, because we've got the wisdom of experience to not be battered about by things other people do or say so much. We've got the wisdom to know which directions and choices to make so that our life is more peaceful and happy. And this is a point where the joy that's coming in is that you are able to start choosing a brighter, lighter path filled with love and blessings and positive things which will bring you joy, a more peaceful time in life. Let me just see, what other card do I want? Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 3, please? What great joy is coming in for pile 3? What's interesting is with both these, it's like you've got a little bit of sunshine and then the winter. It's like there's a real, I'm just noticing that as I'm looking at the cards, this cold, the wisdom is sort of cold, but it's being balanced out. So I think there might be the logical element and the heart element is starting to balance within you. You may have done the psychological work as well as the heart space work. Hold on, Spirit. What great joy is coming in for pile 3, please? Release your attachments. So you're going to find more freedom. You're not going to be kind of so focused on... Sometimes we identify who we are by what we've been through. We almost describe ourselves as the things that have happened to us in the past. And part of what's happening to allow this great joy to come in is that you are releasing those labels about who you are, those labels about what you've been through, because you can start to live in the now with who you are now. You may not... we have attachments to all sorts of things, people, places, the concept, the story of what we've been through. I feel like there's an element here where you are changing your story. So no matter where you are in life, no matter what age you are in life, there's always a point where you can change the story of the life that you're living now, so that you can choose to be, that you can choose to identify as somebody who is lighter in spirit, who allows light in, who is wise, who has understood what has happened for them in life to gain this wisdom rather than what has been done to them. That kind of element. Let me get another card for you, Spirit. Oh, let's find out. How is this great joy coming in for pile 3, please? How is this great joy coming in for pile 3? The Hierophant, look at that. And that may be that you've got a new spiritual teacher or somebody who makes you feel more spiritual, or there's some sort of institution that you're part of that's shown you a whole new way of being, or maybe there's a new, I don't know, maybe you've joined something that's allowed you to feel like you understand more, and it's raised your vibration because it's given you a different perspective on life, something like that, which is very nice. I mean, it can even be something that's not related to those things, so I started learning violin a few years ago, and it's allowed me to spend time with different people who are musicians and in groups, and it's given me a whole different outlook on life because they live very differently to the way I was living with some of the people I was involved with before, and that's really opened up and allowed more light to come in, the light of sound and music and creativity and all that sort of stuff. So just take that however it resonates, knowing that you are releasing the attachment to who you thought you were. Maybe you're releasing the attachment to things. You might be clearing things out or letting go of something that no longer serves you, or to people who no longer serve you, that don't suit you, and the light element of who you are anymore. Let me see what else is coming through. Spirit, how is this going to happen? How is this great joy coming in? For pile 3, please. Oop. I don't know which one. I've gone indecisive. That's not helpful, is it? Casserole. Trust in the flavours that led you here. Interesting. An unexpected alignment. Let it move you in ways that capture your soul. So, how is this joy coming to you? The path that you have followed and everything that you've experienced so far has led you to this moment. All the ingredients that have gone into your life have led to this point where you now get to experience more joy. Perhaps you've released some sort of karmic, ties or whatever, or maybe you've cleared some ancestral lineage issues and problems. You've maybe shifted certain things. So by going through all the different ingredients that have come into your life, you have now got to the point where it's time for you to experience joy. You've done the work. You've done the difficult stuff. It's life is blessing you now with this opportunity. Trust in the flavours that led you here. An unexpected alignment. So things, you're in a place maybe you didn't expect to be. A place in your life. Maybe you've kind of got people around you that you didn't expect. Maybe you've not got people around you that you thought you'd have. But it has brought you here, however it looks, whether you expected for things to look how they do now or not. It's brought you to this point because sometimes the attachments that we put in place with how we think we want life to be aren't necessarily as good as they can be. Source and spirit, they make choices and decisions and guide us to help us to lead our best life and to help us learn the lessons that we've contracted into learning before we even got here. And they've maybe going, now is your time to experience great joy, Foxglove friend. Right, sorry, I waffled a bit there, but let's carry on. I hope you know what I mean. So, I want one more card about what great joy. Let's have one more card about what great joy is coming in. Oh, look at that. So a path to independence. That's interesting. So maybe, you're either going to feel more empowered, or there's something financially that's enabled you to have the things you want in life, or you've just found that confidence where you can go out there and do what you want, mainly possibly because of all the things you have been through. The ingredients that have gone into your life have allowed you to feel empowered, to know how to do things yourself. But this independent element, we've got the dolphins in the background there. Dolphins are all about play and joy. And maybe you're even needing to go to the seaside and play in the sea, or have a holiday in the sunshine. We've got very much about the light coming into your life, a degree of freedom. This lady's dancing openly without care if anybody's watching her, or she's just feeling how she feels and allowing herself to flow with the rhythms of life and with nature, just as this horse is running freely without care, with fun, through the surf in the sea. And this is kind of the energy that's coming in for you now, and it's going to bring you great joy, Foxglove friend. So let's see if we can get some advice. Spirit, can I have some advice for pile 3, please? Gossip and drama. Okay, talking behind people's backs is one of the greatest producers of negative energy, with the potential to affect not only individuals but entire communities. Make a choice not to involve yourself in this. This card also asks, if you are unable to find anything positive to say, then please consider saying nothing. So this might be you, or it might be other people, but it's basically saying don't engage in gossip about other people, or try not to engage in other people's dramas. And one way to do that is to not react in a big way if somebody tells you something. In one of Eckhart Tolle's books, or Tolle, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Eckhart Tolle, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, did The Power of Now. In one of his books, I think it was A New Earth, he talks about how our ego, sets into play. And sometimes people will come along and they want to release all their ego elements at you, because they're looking for you to mirror that back to them, because it makes them feel empowered. And gossiping can make you feel empowered because it can be interesting and fun. And, it's sort of a bit like the inner child bit sometimes likes to have a bit of a, I can't find the right words that will be suitable for this video, but, going on about people and moaning about them, whatever, can make you feel quite empowered at an ego level. However, it can, we're all connected energetically, and quite often people can feel that even if you don't think that they can. And that can have difficult effects on your relationships and things like that. And you can get caught up in stuff that brings your vibrational level down. So it's best to sort of dodge it a bit if you can, because everybody's just trying to do the best they can with the life that they've got, aren't they? So let me get you one more advice card. Spirit, can I have another advice card, please? Mistakes. If you feel you have made a mistake, or indeed someone else has done so with impact on you, please do not feel bad about this. Treasure and value your mistakes and those of others around you. They are the cutting edge of our personal growth and evolution. Lean into the learning and celebrate your openness to grow. Absolutely, Foxglove friend. We make loads of mistakes when we're little, and I don't know what age we get to when everybody suddenly goes, oh my goodness, you made a mistake, how awful. Because when you're little, it doesn't matter. So why does it change so much? I just don't know. But I also do something where I say, if I've made a mistake and I'm really upset about it, like if I've said something I wish I hadn't have said because it's not in keeping with who I am, I say up to the angels and to Spirit and to God, I go, cancel, clear, delete. And I put that out there to try and allow that to be cleared, so that it sort of doesn't linger, so that the energy of it doesn't linger in me or for the people who've experienced it, if I can. Obviously, if I need to, I'll try and find the person and go, look, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. I don't know where that came from or whatever, that sort of thing. You get it. Right, let me do you one more card, because I think I don't want this. Time's going on a bit, Foxglove friend. So, Spirit, please can I have one final card for pile 3? One final card for pile 3. Oh, we want that one. Oh, how interesting. Personal choice. So this is kind of the road card. It says, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. So just take notice of whatever animal pops into your mind, and maybe spend a bit of time feeling what it feels like to be that animal, to see how they get through life in good ways, what they struggle with and that sort of thing. I think this is partly to do with the fact that you can create any story that you like, that you can be anyone you want to be. You have that choice. You have personal choice in how you behave in the world, and personal choice with how you want to engage with others and engage with the world and engage with your life and who you want to be. Thank you so much for watching, Foxglove friends. If you did like this, please do like and subscribe, because I would like very much to see you again. Take care. Goodbye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to today's reading. You have chosen the card Paper Boats. Stay afloat and don't tilt too much. A lesson awaits you. So today we're looking at what great joy is coming in for you. Now, this lovely card is all about paper boats, where they fill the paper boats with flowers and they let them run down a river. Apparently it's like a midsummer practice, and whoever gets the flowers at the bottom of the stream or river is like seen to be really abundant and really blessed. And it's all to do with giving and receiving, and the fact that to give gives us pleasure when we see somebody's happy with what they receive, but also to receive is can be really a positive thing. But sometimes we feel guilt if somebody helps us, or we have to be open to receiving to enable ourselves to enjoy the gift of receiving. So it's very much about giving and receiving and abundance and blessings, which sets us up nicely for what joy is coming into your life, because it could be very much about the joy of giving and being able to support, but I suspect it's probably about the joy of receiving, Foxglove friend. So let's have a little look at, really quickly, at what has been going on for you. Let's have a little look at what has been going on for pile 4, please, Spirit. So we have got the 4 of Pentacles. Blimey, I couldn't even, that's uncanny with this one, because you'll see this person is guarding what they've got, like they might lose it. So maybe not being so generous of spirit, or trying to save money, or trying to be really careful with what they're putting out there, because they're afraid that they're going to lose what they've got and they won't get it back in return, which is interesting, because it's I couldn't write that. I couldn't write that perfectly enough. Spirit, let's have a look at another card for what has been going on for pile 4, please, just to get a bit of what's been going on in the past. Snowdrops. When all seems to stem from the unknown, hold firm in knowing that all will be as it should be. So perhaps you've had uncertainty. Maybe you've had uncertainty around finances, and you've been worried about, if you're going to have enough. And that has been distressing at certain times for you. You've had to live with sort of a mentality of lack, or you've had to be really frugal or careful, or maybe you're just sort of careful because you're always worried that you don't want to lose what you've got somehow. Let's have a look at what great joy is coming in for you then, Foxglove friends. So, Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 4, please? What great joy is coming in for pile 4? Fruit wine. This is a celebratory invitation to the possibilities gifted when you reach beyond yourself. Now, this quite often is about celebrations, people getting together, having parties. You know, maybe there's a wedding or a birthday party or just a get together, and it's about kind of being able to give of yourself to enjoy time with other people so that they can enjoy time with you and what you've got to offer and who you are. It's very much about getting out there and being social, about making friends or spending time with friends. Maybe part of why you've been saving up for is to have this big celebration. For some of you, do take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. This is all about building relationships and inviting people along with you on your journey. If you're seeking love, it's about considering asking friends and family to make introductions or set you up on blind dates. If you're starting a business, seeking a partner who shares an interest in your plans may be the missing piece. Perhaps you've been spending too much time alone previously, and now it's time to open up your world to invite other people in, or finding kindred spirits, people who have like-minded ways. So let's have a look at a bit more. Spirit, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing a pack of cards. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's do this one. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 4, please? Return to your centre, Earth Sheep. Wow, that is very nice indeed. So, this is also about allowing your body to rest, allowing yourself to tune into what your body needs, to slow down a little bit, to sit in silence and find stillness, to replenish yourself and treat yourself to beauty and delights, and engage with rituals that nourish your spirit, which is really interesting. So both these things are about having a jolly nice time. A jolly nice time with other people, engaging in social elements. It almost sounds like having a holiday in some ways, you know, like taking time to rest, to sleep, to appreciate your body, to do what your body needs, taking time to have fun and spend time with friends that you like. Maybe you do need to go on a trip, and maybe that's what the great joy is that's coming in for you, Foxglove friends. Perhaps you've been worrying about not spending on doing things that are good for you, but actually it's time to open your doors and allow yourself to enjoy life a little bit in all the ways that are there. Let me get you another one. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 4, please? Perhaps around this one there has been in the past maybe even some anxiety because you've not known what's coming in the future, and you've been whittling and worrying about things, or maybe feeling a bit down or isolated even. Spirit, what great joy is coming in for pile 4, please? Wolf Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. Yes, indeed, it feels like the Fool card when they're starting the journey of the tarot. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Wow, that's pretty special as well. We've got some really interesting cards coming up in this Pal 4. It almost feels like you've been, what's the word? Hungry or starving or depleted, or like the cupboard has been bare, or you've just not had as very much in your life. It's been depleted somehow. And all of a sudden, who you are is needed in the world. And that involves living in a way that satisfies your soul more, rather than trying to live in a headspace, rather than trying to do what you should do what you need to live, do, like living in your head of how you think things should be and what you think you should be doing, and releasing a little bit of pressure on yourself to have that lie in if you want it, to go for that massage, to return to your center by feeding your soul with what it needs, whether it's music or creativity or social time with other people, to connect with other people. Interesting, this is you are a teacher and help others find their way. But also I think you've got intelligence that allows you to figure out how to move forward in life in certain ways, or how to get things done, maybe in a way that other people don't necessarily have around you, which is why you've constantly lived in your headspace and tried to sort things out. But other people need that support from you. Let's see. How is this? Maybe you're going to feel more appreciated because, or perhaps you've found the path that you should be on in life. And this is what the joy is, living a happier, more fuller life. Spirit, how is this great joy coming in for Pal 4, please? How is this great joy coming in for Pal 4? Oh, look at that. Through group gatherings or with friends or with family. But this is all to do with people coming together, this connection. And that's part of what's going on here. Where there was this desert going on before, where you may be a bit isolated, we've got this twice now. It's to do with people coming together, either... It's usually friends, to be honest, having friends around you that you like spending time with, or people that you like spending time with. But it can just be group gatherings with family or happy occasions. And I mean, here we said there was potentially a celebration coming up for you, so perhaps that's the case. But it might just be that you're starting to go out, have fun, go to events, go to... that you're getting invitations to go to things, and it's kind of about saying yes and allowing yourself to be part of that. Let me see. Excuse me. Spirit, I'm on the 4th one, so my throat's getting a bit dry. I haven't taken a break in between them, so I apologise for my little cough. Spirit, how is this great joy coming in for Pal 4? Oh, new love. So, hold on, I'm going to have to pause it because I do need to have a little cough. Hold on. Sorry about that. So, perhaps you have a new love, a new romantic relationship who has come into your life, or who is coming into your life, that brings a new set of people with them that you can be part of, that you're able to be part of a family with them, or to create a family with them, or to spend social time with them and their friends and their people, or introducing them to your people. But this is also about a new love of life that is coming in to you, Foxglove friends. They're two of the nicest cards I think you can get, really, because they're all about positive connections. And that is how this shift and change, where you feel like you're on the right path, where you're starting to live a more balanced life that suits your soul, rather than trying to live a role. That's all because there's this, you're more in your heart space than your head space. You've shifted to allow connections into your life, to allow this new love to come into your life. And if you've not met someone yet, then it is a new form of love, or a new love of life that is coming in for you, so that you can spend more time with other people and positive connections. Let me just get one more card. What do I want? Spirit, how is this coming in for pile 4, please? Spirit, how is this coming in for pile 4? Oh, that's nice. Sun magic. Don't allow the power of your light to scare you into dimming yourself. Yeah, so part of how this great joy is coming in, part of how this great joy of living a happier, more balanced, more positive and connected life, where you feel like you're on the right path, is by allowing yourself to be the truth of who you are, to allow yourself to be seen, to allow yourself to have fun and to show who you are and to shine and to enjoy life. That is what is going to bring all this joy into your life, Foxglove friend. I love that card. I really like the picture on that one. I'll show you again. Just so you can see. Isn't that nice? So, allow yourself to be who you are without shame or embarrassment or shyness. Just allow yourself to sort of say what you want to say, because when you're really true to yourself and not trying to pretend to be somebody else, the right people resonate with you because they go, I'm like you. I'm at the same vibration as you. Or I get what you're saying, or, you know, everything you're saying resonates with me, and it's honest, and it just means that your tribe can come together and you can spend time with newfound friends or newfound relationships, or just the people who make you happy, you know. Let me get you some advice, Foxglove friend. Spirit, please can we have some advice for our Foxglove friend in pile 4? Uncertainty. Calm the noise within your mind. Get still and meditate. If you are still uncertain, give yourself 4 hours and meditate again. If you are still unclear, wait for 4 days, and if necessary, 4 weeks. The answer will come. Perhaps because this is quite a big shift and change from how you've been, you may be going, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I should be venturing into this relationship. I don't know if I should be spending time with these people. I don't know if I should be living in the old way of life, or whether I can allow myself to live this lovely, fun, nice, relaxed, soul-fulfilling way of life. And maybe if you've never experienced that before ever, you're going, I don't know about this. It feels a bit strange. So, if you're not sure about what to do in life, or who to spend time with, or how to spend your money, or how to receive different things, if you're not sure about, you know, what decisions you're making, don't rush. That's okay. Sleep on it, because it'll all come out in the wash. The truth will come out in the wash, and then you'll be able to make a decision. So I tend to ask myself a question before I go to bed. I'll say to Spirit or to the angels, I'll say, I don't know what to do about this. So subconscious, unconscious mind, Spirit, the angels, whoever you want to speak to, please can you process this information so that I know the answer that I need to know in the morning. And quite often it's not there the moment I wake up. It usually comes to me either when I'm in the shower or just as I'm sort of processing through my day. I'll suddenly at some point during the next day go, oh yeah, I get that. And then I know what to do. And that's a good way of doing things. So, Spirit, please can we have another advice card for pile 4? Be your brilliant self. We've got that twice. So, be great today. Be brilliant. This card asks you to get in touch with the extraordinariness of everyday living. Go about your daily life doing everything to the very best of your ability. Be extraordinary in an ordinary way. Your brilliance will radiate into the world, creating more changes than you could possibly imagine. And that is so true. There's a poem by Khalil Gibran that talks about doing half of anything is not enough. I can't remember what it's called, but it basically says, like half a meal won't feed your hunger, half a drink won't quench your thirst, half a journey down a road won't get you to your destination. Give your all with your wholeheartedness to everything that you do in life, whether that's the fun, the rest, the work, all of it, so that you can shine the best of who you are, because people will receive it well and see it in a good way. And it will impact on people with more positivity than you can imagine. Spirit, can I have one final card for pile 4, please? One final card. Oh, Luna keeps running around with my flip-flops, which I actually need, and I realise now she's got the other one. She's very proud of herself. She's wagging her tail a lot, aren't you? Luna's my dog, by the way, if you're new to the channel. Right, so the final card is Guardian, Black Bear. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Wow, I feel like I want to read I haven't done this all the way through here, but I want to read the book for this one. I think you might need it. Let's put that there. Oops. So, Guardian, courage, confidence, ferocity, strength, introspection, intuition, discerning, dreamer, solitude, hibernation, and motherhood. It says the black bear is the consummate mother. She cares for her offspring with devotion. Woe to the ones who gets between a mother bear and her cubs, her honey, or her ideals. Huge power can roar in bear and demands our respect. Their calm, gentle demeanour with their young is juxtaposed by explosive, primal warrior ferocity. This is the dual nature of black bear. Bears hibernate in the winter, and when they reappear in the spring, they are renewed with energy and wisdom. They are revered for being shamanic messages from spirit and dream time. If you are a black bear person, you have a formidable dynamic totem that will guide you, the map to survival and thriving. Bear brings you fearless power, hidden strength, and access to your dreams and intuition. The dualism of yin and yang, within and without. Calm and ferocious is the balance and confidence black bear can bring. I think part of this is that you are turning into a person who cares greatly for others, shows compassion, caring and love, and but at the same time finds themselves with a collective of whatever sort that is, whether it's family, friends, a relationship, who they become hugely protective of because they care so much about them. And I think that is the great joy that is coming for you, that you do have people to care about, to protect, to look after and support. Thank you so much for watching today, Foxglove friends. Please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Bye-bye.